Hey, it's Feedback February. I have a good question out there. Somebody had asked, once you have a good handle on scales and arpeggios, how do you translate that into lines so they don't sound like exercises? That's a really good question. And I see it all the time with guys that like, my solos sound like scales. Well, here's something that can really help you, and that's putting a rhythm filter in a scale. So, what is a rhythm filter? In other words, a rhythm filter might be applying a rhythm like 1, 2, 3, 4, bum, 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 bum. So, if I apply that to the scale, instead of I have been, something like that. Okay, so now that becomes a little more memorable. Remember, rhythm is the most important element in music, and I don't mean just the drums. I'm talking about the rhythm of a melody. So, biddy da ba ba. So you practice little rhythm filters. You can do it with arpeggios too. If I have like a C major 7 arpeggio, be bum boom bum. Bum, boom, 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 bum, boom, boom. So when you So you practice those kind of ideas where you're just inserting a rhythm filter. Now, obviously, there's some other things that you can do, and that's not to try to play more sequential instead of just scale. So a sequence would be, and by the way, I have tons of things on playing sequences and intervals and things like that in the technique section of 99 Cent Guitar Lessons. But there's also in the jazz improv theory section under the jazz category. But I can do things like making myself, well, first make a cell, which would be, let's say a cell is, that's around a C scale. And now I'm going to apply that same riff, which the cell is down. So I'm going down 3 notes, back up to the second one, and down a third. Okay, so now I've got now I have a sequence which is more melodic sounding. So creating sequences is really important. The other thing is playing your scale. Learn to play your scales. And again, I've got other exercises that do this where we take a big skip and work our way back down. We take a big skip up and then come back down. So we got. And likewise, I can take a big skip up, a big skip down and work my way up. So. So those types of things can help as well. So you want to try to get away from playing consecutive notes up and down. So you try to make melody within the scale. And you can do it by practicing sequences, rhythm filters, as well as intervals, followed by lines, linear lines coming down or up. I hope that helps you. But it takes practice. All right, so just sit down, try to get some good ideas. Do it on your own. Try to work on some of your own things, you know, and then apply it to different scale degrees. Hope that helps. Talk to you later.